Right. So, my name is Ben, and today, on this glorious day, I'm going to talk to you about a phenomenon that's been happening to me probably for the last 12 years. Um, and it's been consistent. That's what's odd about it. I've gone through not having facial hair to having a gray beard, which to me feels like a huge transition, but consistently throughout that time, this phenomenon's been happening, and that is people thinking that I'm somebody that I'm not. Uh, the first time this happened was in Provo, Utah. I was out at a restaurant and I was out with friends, and this person comes up to me. They were being sheepish and asked for a photo of me. And I was confused because why would someone just want a photo of you? And so I asked, why? He's like, I know you're Ian Wright. I know that you're on vacation and you probably don't want to be bothered. But I'm a huge fan of your show, and I want a photo of you. And I'm confused because I'm not Ian Wright and I don't have a show. And so I'm trying to explain to him that I'm not who he thinks I am, and he won't drop it, which was very funny. He wouldn't drop it, and ended up being upset with me for not letting him take a photo and pretending that I'm not Ian Wright. That was very strange. And then, like a few months later, during the holidays, at O'Hare, I was at a connecting flight from Utah to Massachusetts, and this family sheepishly comes up to me, lets me know they're a huge fan of the show, and that's it. They weren't looking for a photo or anything like that, like the first guy, but they just wanted to say that they really liked the show, and so I was like, well, what are you talking about? And they're like, you're Ian Wright, the travel guy. I'm like, no, the travel guy. Like, no, I am not Ian Wright, the travel guy. And this made me look up Ian Wright, and I discovered that there are two Ian Wrights. Both are British, at least the famous ones. Sorry to all the Ian Wrights out there who are not famous. These two popped up. One is a black soccer player, a football player. I am not a football player, and I am not black, so obviously that is not who they're mistaking me for. But the other one's this travel personality, who has a show, and I guess at one point I did look like him. That one was funny. There were smaller ones, just people coming up to me at bowling alleys and saying, "Hey, we did construction in Ludlow," um, and start talking to me about these people that I don't know, and have to be like, "I'm not the person you think I am. Like, I don't know who these people are." Just most recently, I was at a restaurant, and the waiter was like, "Hey, you're that tattoo brother guy." The tattoo artist in town. You're his brother. Just being like, no, I'm not him. People thinking they know me from poetry readings. Like I've had people come up to me and thank me for teaching their children, just being like, that's not what I do. But my favorite one by far happened in Greenfield, Mass. I was on my lunch break, just walking down the road, and I see my doctor ahead, and so I'm planning to walk by and sort of nod and acknowledge because and he sees me and his face lights up, and he's got a friend with him, and he brings me up to me, he shakes my hand like in a friendly way, the shake and the shoulder pat, and he's like, it's been a bit, man. He's like, you should totally come to lunch with us. I'm just like, go to lunch with my doctor? I was like, okay. I feel like I just had a physical like a month ago, but we can, go to lunch. And it's a buffet, so we're in line getting food. We're talking and laughing. I'm being amicable, even though I feel how weird it is. At least I feel how weird it is. I certainly felt how weird it was. But you never say no to weird. And eventually, in this sort of conversation, he gets quiet, and then he leans forward to me and says, "You're not who I thought you were," which to me is the funniest thing in the world. And of course, I had lunch. I sat down. I had water. I ate my food. I continued to be cordial and laugh and enjoy the moment. But yeah, this is a phenomenon that happens. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe I'm just have a very generic face and a very generic personality.